flings that ain't level, but the shit is fire.
Baby, let's get
Hold on, wait, you gotta hear this shit.
You heard her about her persona, but you met her in person. What do you?
She's a baby doll, sweetheart. Well, we already know this.
Because people think she's, and then when you meet her in person, you're like,
yeah, it's just a perception that everybody else has. But once they get past that part, she's normal, just like us. It's like real people, That's the difference. When you're authentic, people can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, because people say the same thing about me. They're like, well, I thought you was gonna be an ass. And I'm like, bro, I'm so sweet. You know what I mean? And I feel like she'll just handle people how they treat her. And that's just what it is. And that's just law. With anything. Yeah.
Everybody always wanna know what my life is really like. So listen.
First, my name Jaguar. Don't address me different. Now I know you from a can of pimp, son. My enemy can be your personal choice. Don't lace up till it's time to run. Ain't scared, never been scared, gon' be scared, and that's a fact, yeah. You should be questioning me. Truly, I've always been a fact, yeah. I'm not a narcissistic thirst bucket, no, just self-aware. Aware you've been thinking about me too much. Time to come up for air. Your opinion in the universe of me rates about a 0. Now go add value to that somewhere else and find a new hero. Vicarious living is death, covered up in a whole lot of coveting. This ain't church, so why you got a plate in your hand? Cause baby I ain't offering, but you can take this 2 cents right here to the store and go and get a snack. Then sit on the curb and figure from which hand you just got smacked the turn up.
You want it?
Time for the turn up.
Got it.
Turn up.
And for it.
Time for the turn up. Turn up.
Everybody wanna know like about celebrity friends and why I gained weight, my marriage and all that. What else?
Time, the roots was cool, Jake was great, and Cat Williams, yes, amazing.
For real though.
All it means is cool people enjoy my talents and my company. See, I make me experience, shape me, but in the day I made me self-reliant, always defying, don't see that change until I'm dying. Far as waking, chalk it up to depression, married and asshole. Dark days, storms, then made it to the end of the rainbow. Found me a pot, gold name Sam. I love being his mother. Might do it one more time, honestly, because it's such an honor. Always wanted a real life for real love, something that was on my true definition of fame is to be alone in the sunshine. Turn up, time for the turn up.
You wanted it.
Turn up.
It is.
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Time for the turn up.
You asked for it.
Turn up.
What?
Time for the turn up. Turn up. Yo, everything in this world that glitter and gold.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Gain the world, lose your soul.
Pretty much.
Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. Hey, everything that glitters ain't gold. You gain the world just to lose your soul. No shame in loving God, though the world may see us failure. Good things they do take time. Take yours, I take mine. No point in lying for it. Might end up dying for it. We all get what we deserve. Some help deserves some way to be served. My pride is my right, and my right is my life. Rich if I want to, might miss the real truth. To be more understanding, to be more forgiving, to compromise, to believe God.
Y'all always want to ask some questions, right? Did that answer it for you?
Dos,
Come on, man.
uno,
Let's get started.
Turn up. You wanted it.
Grand Rising all. What's going on? How y'all doing? Oh my goodness. Let's see who's in the house. Let's see who's in the building. You know, we had a live earlier. I don't know what happened. There was an elevator. There was a shutdown. I don't know. Was it the elevator? Was it YouTube? Who knows? But here we are. Hey, Banji Boo, you are number one. What's up? What's up? Hey, Dares. What's going on, Brandy? Hey, Patricia, you remember? What's going on? Listen, Samantha, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You know, it's just, oh, Josiah, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on? Y'all have to forgive me. I don't have my readers on this Grand Rising, but you know, we gonna make it work. China said it right. Salute to Dr. Angie White. She knows what it is. It's just law. It's just law. Well, I'm glad y'all enjoyed the opening selection. You know, it's just something from my catalog, my personal catalog that I use to share who I really am. You know, it's so funny. People are always trying to make me somebody, but nobody's willing to just accept me for who I am. Now, there were some interesting things said in some of the addressing the, I don't know, lawsuit. It's kind of weird because it's like every time these people get busted, they have the hardest time just admitting that they're wrong. Like, how hard is it to say, you know what? She was lied on. This isn't accurate. You know what I mean? Blase, blase, blah. No. You gotta, some people really just have to take it and turn it into, whoa, all kinds of things. And then do damage control. But what I will say is, I love my thumbnails. I do. Because sometimes I go back and look through them and I see things that are relevant now that were relevant then, but maybe not in the way that we think. I know it was buffering and freezing. That's why we came back in the studio. You know, they doing a lot. Like, I find it funny that when I'm live, when certain troll accounts are live, man, people be just leaving those lives over there to come over here and report and defame and just, oh my goodness, it's terrible. It's terrible, the things that people do. Hey, Eden, you know, we got a lot to work to do this week, don't we? We have a lot of work to do. And I really just wanted to start this week off because this is the first day of the week, not the last, but the first day of the week, Sunday, day of the sun god, so definitely not day of my god. But you know, it's the beginning of the week, and I really want to start my weeks off right. Like, I miss meditation Mondays. We took a pause. Hey, Madge. You know, we took a pause, but it's so funny. I got a phone call from a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in a while. And she was like, hey, when you going to come visit? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about Vegas. I really don't. You know, I lived here, you know. It, in Vegas, I lived in Cali, I lived in Philly, I lived in Dallas, I lived in Phoenix, I lived in New York, I lived in Paris, I lived in all of these places. And you know what? All of them are home to me. All of them are home to me. But somebody from BB Films reached out, like right after. And it was wild because I was talking to Ayasha. And I'm like, Ayasha, can I even trust anybody anymore? Is there anyone in this world that I can trust? You know, when I was in Vegas living there, it reminds me of, a lot of things. But when I just think about how all of these things collude and come together, it's real easy for people to forget. It is. It's super easy for people to forget. People forget all the time. People forget this. Does anybody remember this? Is there anyone that remembers this receipt? Does anyone know what this is? It's a police card that was left at the door. Now, as you see, I blocked out some of the stuff and I took this and took that out. But, this was when I was living up Fort Apache in the condo where Chatty Patty, Patrice Garner, OG Patrice, and Danny Robertson tried to do their big one on me, sending the police to the door, lying to them, telling them that I was trying to unalive myself online because I was doing cooking content. Did I ever tell you that? Yeah. I was online literally at the condo doing cooking content. And the next thing I know, my roommate, who was staying at the condo with me, cosmic cousin, says the police are at the door and they said that someone's in here trying to harm themselves. And I said, what are you talking about? We're doing cooking content. Even he had a hard time understanding how someone like Danny Robertson was allowed to just operate live online, doxing us, disgracing my name, lying, saying that I was unstable, and then sending the people, I guess, of all of the receipts that they love going through, for whatever reason, she seems to be addicted to wanting to know my address so she can broadcast it to a bunch of weirdos online. Now, this happened, February 2024? Guess what? 2023. There she was, doxing me. Now, I wanted to press charges, but the reason why they said I couldn't press charges was because the phone call came in on 311 and not 911. If the call had been called in from 911, it would have been a crime, right? But when you call in from 311, it's considered a non-emergency. So if the police decide to take the information seriously, they can and go forward. And even if it's a gag, even if it's a lie, whoever called 311 doesn't have to be legally held responsible for potentially creating police action in someone's life where one wasn't needed. A lot of these YouTubers that defame and disgrace and harass me, that's what they do. So, honey, I couldn't agree with you more. So why is it allowed? Why do these things keep happening? Why is it okay for everyone to lie on me? Why is it okay for everyone to harass me, no matter where I live? I can't even go to a truck stop bathroom without somebody trying to dox the location. Am I wrong? Like, what's good? Live in Dallas, I'm being stalked. I lived in Vegas, being stalked. Live in California, being stalked. Just stalk, 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 stalk. While everyone's busy lying on me. Now it's funny because while they're busy trying to tell everyone I'm a liar and I'm a this and I'm a that, like, what did the robot say? Uh, I already thought that this case was fishy already because I don't trust Ariel Mitchell Kid. But when I saw Jag's name was in it, I knew it was a liar. And now I'm looking at Ashley Parham sideways. Didn't Mims do the same thing? Oh boy, more fake victims, more fake victims, more fake victims. I appreciate what you're saying, sweet talks, but sweetie, only caps and emojis and stuff like that for moderators, okay? So make that the last time we do all, the bold typing. We don't do that. That's a troll move, in all honesty. So let's not do that. Maybe you didn't know it, but so here I am. All of these years later, I've been living like this for 5 years, being attacked, being disgraced, being attacked, being disgraced. Total defamation all over the place. Oh, well, the only reason she wasn't there was because she was in jail and she was pissy and she was this. How do you know what I was like in jail? See, that's more defamation, more slander. They really think they can just get away with anything. They really do. But it was odd getting that phone call. That was the BB film time. The robot did a few interviews with some people from BB Films. I just found it funny that when certain things happen in my life, certain people just pop up. Like trying to tap Day Day in. That was whack. That was whack. Trying to revive TJ and Sip. That's whack. Like all of it. It's all whack. And for what? For what? I've been saying that Jag is a liar for years. I've been saying that. I've been saying she's a liar. I've been saying that. I knew it was all a lie. And now look. And now Ashley Parham is saying that. I don't know if I can believe her case. I mean, what's good? Really? Why does everyone need me to be a liar? Why is it that I can never just be my honest self? Can someone explain that to me? Like, I don't get it. Not no emojis, just not like large groupings of emojis and bold print. We try to leave those for the moderators because the more of that you put in, it slows down the chat, it slows us down in the algorithm, and it keeps people from, being able to come in. Thank you, Auntie Leah. Oh, where's Floyd? I don't know. He was pretty boy yesterday. He Playboy today. I don't know. But I got rid of Playboy Floyd. We can only deal with like 1 or 2 Floyds at a time. I can't do 3 or 4 Floyds. I just can't. Hey. That's right, Auntie Leah. You tell them. But I've been looking at all the upheaval. I think it's funny that Every time my name comes up in something, it's nuclear destruction. Am I wrong, honey? Like the whole internet goes nuts, goes crazy, goes wild, goes wacky. Okay, sweets, you're out of here. I'm sorry, babe. I'm banning you. I already told you. No more all caps and a bunch of emojis. I already told you that. Now you're out of here. Bye. Stop trolling. Anyway, like I was saying, why do people need me to be a liar? And why does nobody want to believe any of these victims? Why is everyone looking for an excuse to not believe the victims? Oh, well, when fake victims comes out, it makes it hard for the real victims. But there are real victims out there, and you guys are constantly trying to prove that they're not. Why? Why? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me, except when you look at what we were talking about before we got so rudely interrupted last time. We're not gonna, hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. You know, there's a lot going on in my life. But, yeah, no, really. And now I think I see it. I think I see the score. I think I see the lineup. They've been trying to prove that I'm a liar for years. They can't do it, right? Can't do it. So, the only thing to do, oh yeah, they're thirsty. They're beyond thirsty. The only thing that they can do is attach me to real victims. And if they convince people that I'm a liar, then they convince people that the victims are liars, right? That seems to be the lineup. I'm just saying. That's what it's... Thank you, RD. That's just what it's looking like to me. Well, if we can convince everybody that Jag is a liar, and then we can convince everyone that every victim that says they're a victim around her is a liar, then guess what? Then we can get rid of all of the witnesses and all of the bad guys get to go home, right? Am I hitting on anything over here? So, I know Auntie Lee, and that's why I threw her ass the fuck up out of here. That part. No, that's not me singing in the background. That's Wolfgang Amadeus maestroing his maestro. Yes, Auntie Leah. Thank you, everyone, for your support. But I want y'all to see the play. So let's go back. Like I said, my thumbnails, so telling. And sometimes prophetic. Let's pull this one up. Now, for this live that we did not long ago, it was exposing all of the fake Diddy people and everything involved in all of the fake Diddy business, right? Now, I want y'all to look at who's in this thumbnail. Y'all recognize these people. Adria English, a.k.a. She Diddy. Lionel B. The man who brought us the victims from the lawsuit. Announcing the girl with the D&G shirt. Everybody knows that's a lie now. But nobody's talking about it anymore. Then you got Alex Spiro running around lying, saying that Diddy and the Jigga Man ain't friends, and ain't nobody, no, we ain't no friends, don't bring us into no RICO. Meanwhile, all of this was going on in the backdrop, and after the NBC interview with the autistic victim, Um, I think it's pretty obvious now that when she did that interview, allegedly, someone from NBC made it obvious how to find her. Now we have Dawn Richard being threatened in the backdrop. You guys heard about that? Dawn Richard from Dirty Money and Danity Kane. She's now being harassed and stalked as well. Did y'all know that? Real victims, real lawsuits. Why is it that all of these real victims and real survivors are being hunted, stalked, and harassed, but none of these fake people are? Why is nobody asking that? Why are none of the fake people? Nobody's stalking down Adria English anymore with all of the things that she's had to say? You telling me nobody's on her? Why isn't she getting bothered like Dawn Richard is? And Dawn Richard had a much greater connection to the diddler than Diddy did. Diddy was a jump off who wanted to be there, and the only reason she's mad that, the only reason she's a victim is because they pharmaceuticaled her out. She was down for whatever. She said that. Why in God's name is it so hard for people to understand that? So why is Adria English just allowed to go run off and sell her freak off weed and be in love with Courtney Burgess while they sit there and they create all kinds of weird new stories and weird new this and weird? Why aren't any of these people being harassed? Why? Hold on a second. Mims works at NBC. Yeah, he do be having early access to things. I don't know if Mims works at NBC or ever did work at NBC or has contacts there, but I wouldn't be surprised. In all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, let's really look at these people and why they are not experiencing the hardships that other people are, like me, like Dawn Richard, like the autistic victim, and now Ashley Parham. And let's remember who Ashley Parham is. Let's remember who she is, because I don't think anyone remembers who she is. I do. I paid attention to that story. And not only that, she was in the documentary with Natanya Rubin. And they actually let her speak a lot more in the documentary than they did Natanya Rubin. Does anyone remember that? Come on, let's put our thinking caps on and let's be really, really, really proactive here. Natanya Rubin, real survivor. Okay? Ashley Parham, who I do believe also is a real survivor. We're in the same documentary. Same one. Natanya Rubin barely got to speak. All they did was inflame her, question her for hours upon hours, and then they just took some crying clips. And you guys remember, me and Natanya talked about it. We all talked about it. And hey, now Ashley spoke a little more than she did. But do you know who spoke even more than the victims? The nobodies and the weirdos. That's who did all that speaking. Bunch of nobodies and a bunch of weirdos. Teray, Tisa Tells, and Ariel Mitchell Kidd, and Courtney Burgess. Why did NBC set it up that way? Why did they set it up that way for all of the irrelevant people to have a voice and the real victims and survivors be totally overshadowed? I'm trying to figure out why nobody is paying attention to that. Oh my God, Burberry. Oh, Paddington. I'm just saying. We all thought it was strange. But weeks ago, we really didn't see. We really did not see who was behind it. But I think we can see that now. Or at least I can. Everybody was trying to figure out if all these victims are fake. Whose agenda are they working for? Is this Diddy orchestrating all of this in the backdrop? And being willing to allow damaging things about himself to come out just to have the ability to create reasonable doubt? Could it have been Diddy? Or was it Jay-Z? Because the truth is, he has a lot more to lose. A lot more to lose than Diddy at this point. Lot more. Like my friend Gene Deal has always said, Diddy and Jay-Z were a package deal. Period. Period. So if they were a package deal, why wouldn't the Jigga Man be doing whatever he has to do to make all of this go away? Now, I've always said that I hated the fact that Ariel Mitchell Kidd was Ashley's lawyer. I hated it. Do you need me to help with something? Here, I got this. So anyway, how does a phony like Ariel Mitchell Kidd end up convincing a survivor, a victim like Ashley, to let her represent her? Especially considering her client roster. And the truth is, her law practice, it ain't what she say it is. Check and see if my Cash App works. Why? What's wrong? You know what, Maggie? I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link for you in a second. Oh my goodness, when I stop dropping everything else. My God. So yeah. How did Ashley Parham end up being represented by Ariel Kidd? She represented Chris Todd. She represented Courtney Burgess. Like, it's weird. It's super. I be searching and make when it comes to lawyers, it's a tricky business because though they're supposed to be protectors and defenders of the law, let's be honest, most lawyers they're only worried about their own personal interests. One case can make or break anybody in the law world. You know, I've seen lawyers have amazing careers, like amazing careers. Oh, welcome, Heather. Welcome. I, I mean, great case, great legal record, and then boom, one loss, and they're over. They're over. They're over. Nobody wants to retain them anymore. They're not getting asked to litigate or be a part of a formidable legal team. Like, one bad case can ruin a lawyer's life. So, you know, for them, it's dog eat dog. And if they work in a certain area or live in a certain area or specialize in a certain kind of thing, if they piss off the people that they normally work with one case, that could screw up everything. Everything. For them and for their money. And if there's one thing we definitely know, we know that Ariel Mitchell kid money. We've heard her say that. Well, you know, I'm not just in this for nothing. I need to make money, and I'm not doing this for free, right? Isn't that what she had to say when she was talking about her catching kills? Right, when she was defending her catching kills, right? That's what she was doing. Well, I can't do it for free. Yeah, but that's, how are you worried about money and how much you're getting paid when you're supposed to be fighting for the justice of a woman whose life has been put in jeopardy on more than one occasion? It's weird. It's just too weird. And she seemed to be more worried about her wardrobe than her clients. Her makeup than her clients. Like, I don't know why someone like her would want to take this case. You know, even when you think about how the psychological damage, the trauma, you know, us working with Tammy now and that content, the after effects, see, what it can do, change you. It's a lot. It's a lot. You would need to make sure that that person had proper psychological help and care, counseling, support. Ashley didn't seem like she was doing all of that well in that NBC video. She sounded very timid. She sounded very intimidated. She sounds scared. Why is that? If she has the right support around her. I said it all along, but I'm going to say it out loud for the first time. Wait a minute, I'm going to drop the link for Maggie, because I love it when Maggie has something to say. Hold on a second. What? Why is this giving me such a hard time? Hold on a second. It has been a minute, though, since I've dropped a link like this, old school. All right, so we're going to copy this link. All right, now we're going to go in here. We're going to post it to the chat. Now let's get here. I hate when it does this. There we go. Yay. So let's be clear. Maggie, if you're there, you want to hit the link, pop on up. Because I would like to have somebody to be able to really bounce this back and forth with. Because I don't want anything to get lost. Sometimes my mind, it moves real fast. And I want to make sure that everybody gets what I'm saying. Because I'm picking out, I'm putting it out. This is a whole lineup. Now, you have Alex Spiro representing the Shakur family on behalf of the legacy and I guess the estate of Tupac Shakur, correct, honey? And he's doing it pro bono. This guy, Alex Spiro, Mr. 10 grand for legal fees a day, is now trying to get to the bottom of the Tupac unalivement. Why? Why does he care? What does a white guy like this care about Tupac Shakur and his legacy? Has anybody even bothered to ask, why does he care? Hey, Madge.
Hello, Jack.
Hey. So what do you
Can you hear?
think? I
What
can't
do I
hear
think?
you. Let me drop this
Okay.
banner. Wait a minute. I gotta figure out how to do this because Odell, he came in here and moved
Mm-hmm.
stuff around a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this. Honey, how do I get us from off the side? Cause we on the side and I'm trying to get us on the screen and I don't. I'm trying to change the layout. I don't under. Where's? I'm gonna have to go through this. Where's the? Oh my goodness, this is too much work for me. Anyway, Madge, hey
Yeah.
girl,
Hey.
what's
Nah,
up?
a lot.
I mean, is
I've,
it just me, or am I tiptoeing? Am I
you're.
tiptoeing in good area?
I think you are really showing the world exactly what's going on here.
Well, you're the teacher, so I really like it when you explain things. So I wanted to make sure that nobody missed anything that I was saying. Okay. For whatever reason, I can't find it, honey. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to have to get to a laptop because me and Maggie, no, I'm saying it's not showing up. And I'm mobile, so it's not showing up. I can't change it. I don't know why. But whatever. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Hold on a second. Oh, no, here we go. See, it's been a long time since I've done this. Here we go. Oh, that's a little
There you
big.
go.
That's a little big. That's a little better. Okay. I don't want us having up there sitting look like two bobbleheads. They already say that about me and you anyway, Match.
Oh my God. Whatever. They are the bobblehead.
Exactly.
These
So
people are
anyway,
and serious.
I'm just saying, well, number one, Alex Spiro was never Diddy's lawyer. That's Jay-Z's lawyer.
Yep.
Now, you have Alex Spiro out of nowhere, out of the kindness of his heart, right?
So kind.
Out of the kindness of his heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The kindest of men. Oh my
Wants to
God.
come in and get it right and rectify
Exactly.
the slight on Tupac's life, which everyone has always attributed to the diddler. But
Exactly.
people have also attributed it to the Jigga Man because the Jigga Man wanted Tupac out of the way just as bad
Exactly.
as Diddy did. Because if Tupac had been alive, and Biggie had been alive, and Big L
Mm-hmm.
had been alive, the Jigga Man would have never been on top. I can tell you that right now. Wouldn't have happened.
Absolutely.
And then we have my friend Gene Deal, who said very
Mm-hmm.
carefully and specifically, Diddy and Jay-Z are a package deal. I have already said that they are the same. Said it on Pierce Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So if they've been in cahoots all these years, as Diddy said, his strategist, his brother, his this, his that,
Mm-hmm.
why would we believe that any of that has changed now?
Because he told us we are just mindless minions. After all, we don't have our own brain.
Right. So let's just believe all the lies and yeah, nah, we're not doing that. So anyway,
Exactly. Exactly. The
let's be
only
clear.
stupid person here are the people following him.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So why does Alex Spiro care about the legacy of Tupac Shakur? Is he a fan of the Black Panther Party?
Mm-hmm. No.
Is he a supporter of the Black community?
Does Jay-Z count?
No.
Well, he's a supporter of the green community, which is green for dollar.
Oh, that part.
Mm-hmm.
So then Keefe D is in jail in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
For unaliving Tupac, but he's now changing his story. He already said last year, and I was there at the courthouse when he said it, because I got a press pass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't know that? That I had a press pass to the trial? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's why I had moved to Vegas. So that I could be there for the trial. They were going to have a Black Panther in the trial as a journalist, watching everything that was going on. And I'm going to tell you something right now. When I was at Keefe D's arraignment hearing, and they all saw me, I had these horrible pink braids put in my hair by this girl that was hired by John from BB Films. And I'm like, look, I don't have time to take all of this out. I needed it as a distraction. I wanted to make sure that I stuck out because it showed up on TMZ. Me, back in 2023, in the courtroom. And they were all mad about it. And they were all crazy. And they wanted to send TJ and Nika Knight's cousin Naisha to the courthouse to come and beat me up and do all of this crazy stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those people are unwell.
444 in the building. All of that happened because they were mad that I was working the trial. But then everything started stumbling. And then that's when Keefe D said he had a proffer deal all these years with the feds. And that's why he did the interviews and talked out openly about it, because he had a deal with the government. But it seems that the government changed their mind the second that Diddy and Jay-Z were being called into question in lawsuits.
Oh my God.
You got to remember think about this. Keefe D got arrested, went to jail, fall of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
November 2023, the anniversary of Kim Porter's passing, Diddy gets hit with Cassie's lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But Diddy wasn't in jail. Only Keefe D. Now, they were talking about bringing in Foxy Brown, and she was going to attest to the fact that she was there and that she saw Zip do this and do that and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But she was supposed to have been with Corrupt. And Corrupt wasn't allowed to be there. So in order for her to have been Corrupt's girlfriend and for her to be in Vegas with Little Zip, then that would have meant that she was cheating on Corrupt with the homie.
Oh
There's
my
a lot
God.
of mess here. Because all of Dog Pound was ordered not to go to Vegas for that fight, for the Mike Tyson fight. Snoop told everybody they had to stay away. So what was Corrupt's girlfriend doing in Vegas with Flip?
Exactly.
Don't make no sense. Then they were lining up the fact that the so-called rental car that they drove all the way from New York to Las Vegas to do the hit was rented by Arista Records, which was being ran by Clive Davis at the time.
Oh my.
And don't forget, Bad Boy Records, 51% shareholdership ownership belongs to Clive. Clive owns Bad Boy Records. Diddy name on the company. Clive is the one that put up all the money.
Mm-hmm.
So what it sounds like is that someone is trying to line up the unalivement of Tupac Shakur squarely on Diddy and Clive.
Someone is trying to protect themselves.
Exactly. Now, fast forward, the HSI raids happen,
Mm-hmm.
and Keefy D starts getting beat up and poked up with a shiv in jail, while Reggie Wright Jr. is sitting on YouTube on the Bomb First channel, teasing him about it. And Alex Spiro comes out of nowhere to help the Shakur family get to the bottom of what happened to Tupac when he represents a man that wanted Tupac gone. That don't make no sense.
Oh my God.
That don't make no sense.
Absolutely no sense.
And not only that, but pro bono?
Nah.
The only way you be doing that for free is if it had some kind of incentive or gain for you, sir. Because
Or
if there's
if
one
you're
thing
being paid by someone else.
Exactly. Now, oh honey, a lot of nasty work. Now let's fast forward a little bit. I hit the blue couch in the truth suit, run down on all of them. And then the next thing you know, investigations begin. Now, let's fast forward a little bit more. Pierce Morgan. Now, this happened. Pierce Morgan happened, what, 2 weeks after, like a week and a half after Diddy went to jail. And that's when I lined up the Jigga Man.
Yep.
And ever since then, everything has been a disaster, has it not?
Yes.
So, Maggie, I say all of that to you. What say you? I'm muting up. I want to hear your hypotheses.
What I believe is that allegedly the Jigga Man is realizing that Keefy D being the culprit is not enough. So he knows that this case is going to go bigger, and he wants to be in control of the case. He wants to be in control of the narrative. So he is paying his own lawyer to make sure that the Shakur family doesn't look into his direction.
Exactly.
And then, because everything is about image, he needs to make sure that you are under control. I personally believe, allegedly, that the Pierce Morgan interview was a setup.
Which
to
is
make
why,
sure,
which would make perfect sense why the format of that show was so much different than all of his others.
Exactly.
None
like
of us
kept
were
you
allowed.
15 minutes. Exactly.
None of us were allowed to talk to one another. None of us were allowed to interact with one another. They made sure they protected Vlad because they knew if me and Vlad was sitting on panel, I'd eviscerate him.
Yep.
Vlad can't deal with me. None of these people can deal with me. I ripped
Absolutely
Vlad
not.
to shreds. And the truth is, if they had let me, I would have pulled that email of him saying that he don't bang with me like that. I'd have whipped that email out right there while he was there.
Exactly.
I would have said, oh, you don't bang with me? Then why did you send me this email, sir? Asking me to be on your show right after the raids.
Mm-hmm.
See, they wouldn't have wanted that, because if I had done that, guess what that would have done? It would have shut him out of this whole Diddy conversation
Yep.
altogether.
Yep. He tried to dismiss you, but like I said, the only thing that those people care about, anyhow, the Jigga Man allegedly, is controlling the image. What does the public think? So now Pierce Morgan brings you in, line up Vlad directly after you, and then lets you talk for barely 15 to 20 minutes. And then up you go. After that, Vlad comes, he talks for 45 minutes about the fact that you are a conspirationist theorist, that you're this, that you're that. Exactly, that you're this, that you're that, that you're this. I'm like, again, controlling of the image, because he knows that his name would come out of your mouth for sure. He knew that if the Shakur family had hired their own lawyer, do their own investigation, his name could come up. So he needs to control.
Sidebar. We talked to the lawyers from Emmanuel Quinn in regards to Courtney Burgess, the book, and the plagiarism. Mo Preen didn't have no problem with talking to us. Then all of a sudden, the lawyers called us. And this is not long after Pierce. And we told them that we wanted to talk with them about this, but then they wanted to do a lightweight interrogation on me. And when they realized that they wasn't going to get nothing out of me, all of a sudden it was Mo Preen and them can't speak with us for, the viability of keeping the case okay. Or maybe it's that the lawyers from Emmanuel Quinn were instructed by Alex Spiro, allegedly, to not let Mo Preen talk to me and Odell, because maybe we could get them to see that they're pulling the wool over their eyes so they can't get justice for Pac.
Exactly.
Allegedly. Like, why would Mo Preen and them want to talk to us about Courtney Burgess in the book and getting to the bottom of that? And then all of a sudden they can't talk to us. Their lawyers say that they shouldn't. I'm gonna tell you why they said you shouldn't, Mo Preen, because they don't want you knowing that they're pulling the wool over your eyes, because they don't want you looking at the Jigga Man. Notice Mo Preen came on not long after I was on Pierce Morgan and said nothing. And this is no disrespect to Mo Preen or to the Shakur family legacy, but that was probably one of the stupidest interviews I've ever seen in my life. The only thing Mo Preen did was exactly what Alex Spiro told him he had to do. He said nothing. Well, we gonna have to see what the investigations say. Well, I don't know. I guess we gonna have to see. We've been thinking a lot of things for a long time, but we just gonna have to see what the investigations say. I already know that script. Yeah, that's what he said on Pierce. You didn't know that?
No, I did not.
So they used Pierce to line up Mo Preen and the Shakur family to make sure they weren't having the conversations that they need to be having about what actually happened to Pac and who's really responsible. That's not good for Keefe D's trial, I tell you that.
No, it's not.
Not at all. Now, Keefe D's trial keeps getting pushed back. But Diddy's trial is set to go in just a few weeks. What, we 6 weeks away?
Wow.
But let's go back, because I just wanted to sidebar that, because that's a lot of people don't know that. They don't know that we have been in touch with Emmanuel Quinn. They didn't know we have been talking to them to try to get to Mo Preen about Courtney Burgess in this book. Which brings us back to the Pierce Morgan show, where Jaguar Wright appeared and upset the whole world, because the person who closed out that interview was Ariel Mitchell Kidd. It was good optics. Two black women against one weird white guy who's known as a culture vulture.
Yep.
I came, said what I had to say. Then he came and said what he had to say, which once again, I've never seen Pierce use that format before or since.
Mm-hmm.
Why was my appearance so much different than everyone else's?
Because allegedly it was a setup.
Now, Ariel Mitchell comes in as the hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she spoke up for me, and she said that I really needed to retain a lawyer and I needed to do this because the things that I was saying were libelous and I could be sued, right? I should get an attorney. And then she sat there and she ran down on Vlad and said that Vlad was this and Vlad was that and whoopty-whoopty-woo. Yet, when her phone number was sent to us and I reached out to her and told her that people were trying to unalive me and asked if she could help, she ghosted me. Which we also addressed on the Sean Atwood platform.
Yes, I remember.
It's funny how it seemed like everything went from Pierce and then jumped right over to Sean.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like a layup or an alley-oop.
A beautiful coincidence.
So they moved me over from Pierce and now I'm sitting with Atwood.
Yep.
Okay, now, once again, Ariel Mitchell Kidd. Let's talk about how she came into the story, the JAGUARWRIGHT story. She came heralding herself as a supporter, as a believer, as a someone who was willing to help, a great defender of my character. And how dare Vlad and whoopty-whoopty-woo and all of this and all of that. Interesting. Isn't that usually how the trolls do it?
It is. Those people are not being subtle.
It's the same script.
Yep.
She came in just like the trolls do. Great defender, great supporter, such a big fan.
Love bombing.
Big time love bombing. What I do find interesting is, what if I had been stupid enough to retain her as my attorney? With attorney-client privilege, I would have been able to tell her a lot of things.
Yep.
And though she might not have been able to tell anybody else in the world, that don't mean that she couldn't be pillow talking with somebody else and telling them everything I'm saying. Plenty of lawyers do that.
And sincerely, with how things are going with her, I feel like she already knows she's going to lose her career, but she's just waiting for her retirement plan. Like, she's too weird. She's too weird.
She acts like a side joint. That's what she acts like.
Exactly. She acts as if being a lawyer is like a hobby and her real job is something else.
Yeah, because it probably is.
Exactly. I can stand those people.
So that's how Ariel comes in. As it stands right now, if we look back at Pierce Morton, it was a setup. Allegedly, we'll say allegedly, but in my opinion, it was a setup.
For me too, allegedly.
They were trying to set me up so that I would have someone to run to defend me. And that was supposed to be Ariel Mitchell Kidd, except for the fact that I'm smart and I'm sitting there looking at a client roster and she's sitting there with this Courtney Burgess freak. Now, she said she saw the tapes. He said he had the tapes, but he didn't watch. See, she said she could tell Justin Bieber was on the tape and this, that, and the third. And then she went to News Nation and she did this and she did that. But Courtney Burgess don't have no tapes. So where did she see it? Now, I want y'all to think about this. Ashley Parham is a
Mhm.
witness that was attacked because she fingered Diddy for Tupac's unalivement.
Yep.
What happened to her was retaliation and intimidation to make sure she never made the mistake of repeating what she said that upset the diddler so much.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep.
And now she's being represented by somebody that Diddy is suing.
Yep. And that he may win against.
Now I want you to look at all of the cast of merry band of weirdos involved. Chris Todd,
Mhm.
Courtney Burgess, Adria English, by extension, Lamisha Fuller.
Mhm.
All of these people are frauds. Guilt by association is a very real thing in this world.
Yep, it is.
If Ariel Mitchell Kidd is attached to a bunch of frauds, but she has a real survivor. Oh my God.
Exactly.
It does nothing but put Ashley and her case and the legitimacy of her case in jeopardy.
Yep.
Because if you have a duplicitous lawyer and everything that's going on is all based on lies,
Mhm.
why wouldn't someone accuse her of being a liar? And more importantly, why wouldn't someone hold her accountable for not researching who her lawyer is better for a case that's
Exactly.
so important?
Exactly.
Now,
This woman needs.
what did I tell you before? I don't like Ariel being her attorney. I don't like Ariel being in her sphere. I don't like, I said, I'm telling you, I said this, if Diddy, look, there's a couple of scenarios. If Diddy and
Mhm.
Jay-Z are silently at war in the background, allegedly,
Yep.
and people are now coming forward, sending out secret emails saying that Kathy White and Kim Porter were in communication, trying to find a way to keep her safe right before she passed away. That would mean that Diddy knows all about Kathy White, allegedly, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Didn't I sit on the blue couch and say, Diddy, you know what happened to Kathy? Snitch, you got the tapes. Tell him.
Exactly.
That's what I said.
Mhm.
So obviously, if there's emails coming out that Tough News published stating that Kathy Coriana White and Kimberlina Porter were trying to figure out how to outsmart the Jigga Man and the Diddler, that kills the whole they weren't friends thing,
Mhm.
which makes him very eligible for that RICO. Which means
Exactly.
that would give Diddy a big, big, big hold over Jay-Z.
Yep.
So if that's what's going on, and this is a silent war happening in the backdrop,
Mhm.
why wouldn't the Jigga Man go out and get him a witness that he could hold over Diddy's head? Ashley Parham would be perfect for that. And
Mhm.
if he's controlling the lawyer, that's controlling her. And his lawyer is controlling the Shakur family's knowledge of what's really going on in the backdrop. That would mean the Jigga would have a foolproof plan to be able to shut Diddy down, save his own ass, and pretend like none of that ever happened. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not.
Thanks, Michael.
Oh, thank you, Archangel.
Seriously. That's a chess move. That's a straight chess move. Tell me that's not a hell of a lineup. Tell me that's
That's
not a great
yeah.
plan.
Yep.
You got your main lawyer working out front, making
Mhm.
sure that the victims' families aren't being, ain't getting wise to what's going on. You got this allegedly side chick fixer, not directly attached to you, running
Mm-hmm.
your plays, running down and invalidating all the witnesses that could put him and Diddy away.
Exactly.
So once again, for me to sit on Pierce Morgan and Ariel Mitchell, lightweight, panda herself as my savior, oh, that would have been clutch, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Because then when Ariel goes down, I would have gone down with her. And they would have said, see, we knew Jag was a liar all the time. Look at her lawyer.
That's what they tried to do.
That's what they've been doing. Look at all of the people they
Exactly.
try to attach to my name. Look at the TJs. Look at the big homie Sips. Look at the Goombas. Look at all of that. They keep trying to find ways to take unsavory people and put them all around me to make it look like that's my character.
Exactly.
So when you hear the robot say things like, I've been telling y'all that Jag is a liar for 2 years, so I already knew this was fake. Ariel Mitchell, she's fake, and this whole thing is fake. And see, I told you Jag was a liar. Think about what AT2 said the other day. Jag is a liar. She's a liar. She's a liar. And guess what? If that autistic victim's name was Jag, y'all would believe she was a liar too.
Yep.
I think the troll farm has made it very clear what their objective and their agenda is. They've been sitting here on YouTube for 5 years trying to convince the world that I can't be trusted.
Exactly.
And guess what? To a certain extent, it has worked.
Yeah, they flowed the YouTube algorithm with BS.
Exactly. So what does that do for me if I'm labeled a bad guy and I have to go to trial for a jury? It would be fair to say that a lot of those jury members would have been seeing that, and regardless what the evidence was, would have voted with their emotions about what they saw online rather than the facts of the evidence in court, which is why I denied a jury trial and I said it's going to have to be a bench trial. I need a judge to look at all of their evidence and tell me that
Yep.
she doesn't know that it's bullshit. Fuck a jury. I don't want a jury. And that's why they don't want me to go to trial, because they already know that there's no way that that judge will be able to convict me of anything without me appealing and taking her seat.
Exactly.
If there's no jury, how can YouTube influence them to convict me?
Exactly.
See? Now, here we are. Ariel Mitchell Kidd suing me, putting me in Ashley Parham's lawsuit. And she didn't even bother to check and see if I was actually able to have committed the crime.
Exactly.
Like literally, less than 24 hours, debunked.
Yep. Those people are stupid and they are hurting real victim. This world is a rotten place.
You want to know what's wild?
Mm-hmm.
They're smart enough to know that everybody else is dumb enough to believe them.
Yep.
Because people have been doing it. They've been believing all of these liars. People don't want to believe that YouTube has become the kind of construct
Mm-hmm.
that has the ability to poison jury pools all over America with celebrity, salacious stories, and fake news.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
How dangerous is that?
Extremely dangerous.
When you think
Those
about it from that
people.
aspect, it makes
Mm-hmm.
people like Trashy K
Yep.
make it make sense.
Yep.
Real life, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel B,
Yep.
like all of these content creators, they're starting to look a little bit more duplicitous than they did before.
Yes, they do.
Because guess what? Now, the robot and Mims and a few other content creators are already saying that because my name was even mentioned, that ends Ashley's case.
I know.
They're literally using one of the greatest advocates against this evil
Yep.
to destroy people's cases because people don't want to believe me because they
Exactly.
convinced them that they shouldn't. Maggie, I'm going to be
Yeah.
quiet for a second and mute up. I'm going to let you cook. Just
I'm sorry. For me, the fact that those people are always trying to use you to discredit and hurt other victim when your only point is to actually help victim. What they're doing to Ashley Param is absolutely disgusting. And naming you, and the lawsuit was not only just a dig at you, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say the same thing from Odell Beckham. He is the one that makes no sense in the Ashley Param story that I believe was clearly modified by or dear Ariel Mitchell. Like they're trying to F with you so hard.
the only person that has that kind of incentive is Sean Carter.
Absolutely.
Sean
Only the
Carter is,
50. Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's the only person. Not even Diddy sweat me.
Yep.
Diddy
He's
sends
unfortunately
spies.
obsessed with you.
I know he is.
Mm-hmm.
I know he is.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs the world to believe I'm a liar because I lied to him.
Mm. He broke his little heart, and since then he's been a bitch. I'm sorry.
It's sad.
Yep.
It's really sad. It's really sad. Because the one thing that the troll farm has made it very clear
Mm-hmm.
is that they're working on behalf of the Carters.
Absolutely.
There's no
Allegedly.
getting around it. Allegedly, yeah, but there's no getting around that. Like
Exactly. It's so
the
obvious.
only
It's exhausting.
it is. And it's nauseating. And
Yep.
it's foolish. It's so foolish.
Mm-hmm.
See, the Ariel Mitchell kid play,
Yep.
because it was a play. Her job was find a way to ruin Diddy's case so Diddy doesn't come after the Jigga Man. Find a way to protect the Jigga Man. Devalue all of the real survivors and victims. And then everybody gets to run off into the sunset. That's what it's looking like to
Exactly.
me.
Exactly.
Didn't we say it? She's a fixer. Didn't I tell you how worried I was about her representing Ashley? Because with her lack of integrity, she's going to ruin Ashley's case. Did I not say that like 2-3 months ago, Maggie, when we first started really getting into this?
Yes. One of the first thing you said was that. And of course, you're right.
It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
And now you
You
got all
see
these
the game.
content. Oh my God. Honey, I know the game. I know the
Yep.
plays.
Exactly. Like you
I
see it
know the
all.
plays.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, when is Mrs. Carter going to get pissed off about her husband's alleged sojourn messing up?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on in it.
A lot.
But this Ariel Mitchell kid mistake is the biggest. It's the biggest.
It is.
Because I'm suing her for defamation and
Yes.
mental cruelty.
Yes.
You know. No, I'm saying.
Odell is here to protect.
No. Okay, Magic, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, Odell.
Like, let's stop talking about it. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna show her something, but I'm asking her, don't even say nothing about it. That's all. You don't have to, but I'm just asking. But do you understand where I'm coming from, Magic?
Yes, of course. You want to protect.
I already know where she's going with this.
Yep.
Where? Who's going with what?
Ariel Mitchell.
What are you talking about, honey?
We'll talk about it offline. That's what I'm saying. Just no need to announce it anymore. That's all. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I already know where she's going with this, though. That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of doing commentary and I'm trying to make a point.
He wants to protect you, Jag. He wants to make sure
listen to
that.
me.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I know he.
That's fine.
No, it's not about me doing what I want to do. It's just that I said that for a reason. I don't just say things to say things. I actually had a point.
What's your reason?
Well, but Jag, you are so honest that sometimes, you're not caution. You don't caution.
I know, I don't.
And that's why Odell is here.
I am very cognizant of the fact that whatever rules we think we're playing by, they're not.
Yep.
See, this is the issue that I have with all of this caution and caution and caution. Guess what? The people that are doing all of the bad stuff, they're not being cautious at all. Matter of fact, they're being downright stupid.
They are, but that's how
And
we
guess
win.
what?
But that's how we win.
And guess what? We can definitely win that way. But at the same time, there's a bigger game being played.
There is.
And the bigger game that's being played is the public and the wool we are trying to pull from their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're so busy about strategizing and not telling the people what to look for, then we're missing our objective.
You don't have
Nah, it will happen in time.
You
Everything will be exposed in time.
No, it won't. No, it won't. It won't happen in time. And I'm going to tell you why it won't happen in time. Because
Why?
of the American mindset that forgets things in 72 hours.
But we're here to change that. That's why we're taking our time to show people you need to take your time.
Exactly. But the thing is for someone who's always asking to land their plane, I would like it if I could land mine.
Yes, Jag, land the plane.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, like I was saying, I have no choice but to move forward and take legal action against this person and have her disbarred.
Yep.
She needs to be disbarred.
Absolutely.
She has proven that she is the kind of person with a law degree that can do great harm. This is terrible for Ashley, and this is the one thing that I did not want.
Yeah, I understand.
Question is how did Ashley Parham find Ariel Mitchell Kidd as a lawyer in the first place?
Yes.
You know, we know Courtney Burgess said that he was referred to Ariel by Chris Todd. So we know her and Chris Todd have a past.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, birds of a feather flock together. This
Always.
is a man with bad character. Bad character. And also a culture vulture.
Yeah.
So once again, let's go back to Pierce Morgan.
Yep.
I believe Ariel Mitchell Kidd's exact words when she referred to Vlad as a culture vulture. And she denounced him for being a culture vulture, correct?
Yep.
So then what the hell is she doing working with Chris Todd? See, it's that selective morality.
Yep.
The selective fighting injustice. Like, you got a problem
Hmm.
with Vlad being a culture vulture, but you don't have a problem with Chris Todd and Courtney Burgess ripping off the Shakur family?
Yep.
Make that make sense.
I think it's because they're not working for the same people. I
That
think DJ
part.
Vlad works for Diddy, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when he talks, you don't see him defend Jay-Z. You see him defend Diddy.
I know.
Mhm. That's
You
why
got
she's
some.
cool with denouncing him, but not Chris Todd.
Exactly. Who
Mhm.
it's looking like is working on the Jigga Man's bag.
Yeah,
Him and OCB.
exactly.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, all of these frauds. And then that brings us to everything that came after that.
Mm-hmm.
Adria English.
Yes.
Lamisha Fuller.
Yes.
Rocco Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of these people were not highlighted on the Pierce Morgan channel, but they were.
No.
Hold on a second. Somebody in the back. Hey,
Hello there.
you coming in?
Go. Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead and finish your point. I just wanted to say something. That's all.
Okay. But like I was saying, you see what I'm saying? The man come through, he distract me. I don't even remember what the hell I was saying anymore.
That's how hot he is. You were
I
talking
know.
about
I know.
Chris Todd, Rockefeller, Lamisha, and where
Yes,
they went.
yes. They were not featured on the Pierce Morgan show. They were only featured on the Sean Atwood panel
Exactly.
platform. And of
And
course, this was after Lionel B.
and while they are interviewing, like, it's not like they're interviewing Jane Deal or something else. They're interviewing weirdos and then they interview you, which means you're all in the same group.
Exactly, which is what A2 Titties was trying to say when they were doing the whole racism campaign, saying that all of the fake victims go to Sean Atwood.
Exactly.
Hence, if all of the fakes are over there and Jag is over there, then Jag must be a fake too?
Exactly.
Honey, what did you want to say? I just wanted to finish that point.
Yeah. Where I'm coming from, and what I'm advising you to do, and you ain't got to do it. Number one, you said you want to let the people understand where these people are coming from, or what it is that they're doing, and that's perfectly fine. You should expose them. But what I'm trying to tell you to do is all of your legal recourse, keep that under wraps. What's going on is she's trying to get you involved in this, saying you're a part of a criminal enterprise with Diddy, and this RICO stuff. The names are going to be announced on, I believe, tomorrow. So I think this is her play, and she's trying to do all this to, say that you're a part of it or whatever. But she shot herself in the foot by saying something that you were part of, you were down for that assault. You were there, but we already
No,
got proof.
I wasn't down for it. I egged it on. No, she said I egged it on.
You're not letting me finish.
Mhm.
That's essentially what I'm saying. You're down for it. You were there. You were basically a part of this whole. This is what your get down is. He's trying to get you wrapped up into some crap. And what needs to happen is not a lot of talking needs to happen. There just needs to show your lack of participation in this whole situation. You need to do a motion to dismiss and file a motion for the summary judgment, saying that you didn't participate in this criminal act. It's other shit that's gonna come down. That's all I'm saying. and I peep the play. But I mean, do what you do and say what you're gonna do. But all I'm saying is immediately, and that's why I was on email and talking to folks about there needs to be that motion to dismiss, because Monday some other stuff is coming down. I guarantee I this is the play I see. And that's all that I'm saying. Now, audience, if I'm making sense, put a 1. If I'm not making any kind of sense, put a 2.
Okay, we got ones. People understand you, honey.
Odell is a strategist. That's why he's a wolf.
Please, if you are not a moderator or a channel manager or owner, do not use all caps in my chat. You will be removed. I said it at the beginning. I'm saying it now. Don't do it. Thank you. Now, everyone understands you, babe. Is there anything else that you wanted to say?
And I'm gonna do a deeper dive on my channel as far as her role in trying to get this whole Parham situation dismissed. I don't think Parham has anything to do with your involvement in saying that you were doing whatever. Whoever this Jane Doe and John Doe is that, I believe that's what. But Ariel's here to, in my opinion, to throw her case into the Lamisha Fuller file. That's all.
Well, that brings us back to Lamisha Fuller and that very, very, very interesting engagement that we had on the Sean Atwood platform. Ron was co-hosting. Does everyone remember?
Yep.
My name, listen to me, this isn't about me getting my name out of it. Anita, this is about they put my name in it. I had nothing to do with this stuff. Do y'all even realize how much stuff I get blamed for online that I had absolutely nothing to do with?
There's many cases where situations where, let's just say, I'm gonna say me, for example, hanging with the homies on the corner back in the day, police come and swoop you all up because they say y'all selling dope, y'all gang, y'all this or y'all that. The police just made that blanket statement, and you can look at my school records and say that I'm a nerd, but the police said I'm a gangbanger and I sell dope because I'm hanging with these people here. When it comes down to it, if no one's advocating for me, if I ain't showing my school, my book reports and my attendance and all that, and to say, hey, I'm not a part of no gang, when it comes down to it, the judge and the jury will look at it and say, oh yeah, he's just another nigga just like them, and that's what it was. That's all I gotta say. What do you think about that? I know you're not. We know you're not involved, but I'm just look at that analogy. I mean, if that's a incorrect
I hear what
analogy,
you're saying, but see, no, it's a great analogy, except it misses me because I don't believe in any of the stuff everyone else believes in. I don't. Like, that's the thing. I don't believe in any of the stuff that anybody thinks about anything. I don't. I don't believe people. I don't believe the law. I don't believe the government. Now, see, this is what I do know. It really doesn't matter how many times you play by the rules. They're going to break them. It doesn't matter how smart you are. They're going to lie and they're going to cheat because that's what they do. They're going to keep moving the goalposts and keep moving the goalposts until you realize the game and take the goalposts and bash them over the head with it. That's just how it works. That's it. This is an unfair game. Sitting here trying to play by rules that don't exist for the people that you're playing the game with doesn't help you. It only handicaps you. That's how I feel. See, I get it. A lot of people are used to, oh, well, you got to go down to the courthouse and you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to file this paperwork and you got to do this. You know what? Tell that to somebody who has spent less than $500,000. in legal fees. Oh, that's
Yep.
right. I don't know anybody who spends less than $500,000 in legal fees except for me because I bothered to learn the law. Personally, I love public defenders. I know what I need to do. I know they understand enough law to get it through. I tell them what to do. We work out the statutes together. I bring the evidence. They go to court and they look brilliant. And it didn't cost me a dime. See, I don't fight cases. I don't. I know a lot of people like to fight cases, and I'm going to fight this case. I ain't fighting shit. This shit's going to go away. That's my attitude. Why would I be worried about something that I know is going to go away? Because it's not legit. All of this stuff is a lie. It's all a scam, and they've done nothing but frame me over and over and over and over and over again. Why would I still keep trying to play by rules that I know nobody's acknowledging but me?
That makes sense.
Like real rap. We can sit here, oh yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. You know how many times I've gone to court and I was absolutely right? And I had
Yeah.
to have juries dismissed and go straight bench trial because I know that judge, she ain't got no choice. Or I can take her seat. See, this is chess. It's not checkers.
Yep.
Checkers is following the rules. Chess is creating your own. I don't do that. I'm not a normal civilian. I'm not a normal civilian. I've never been a normal civilian. And more importantly than that, better than most civilians, I understand that all of this stuff is fake. You want to know why all these cases are happening? Because they're being allowed to.
Yep.
You want to know why all these cases are being challenged? Because they're being allowed to. Do you want to know why people like Ariel Mitchell Kidd can operate? Because you got people like the Jigga Man with money and a position of influence and power in government. You know, of all of the things that are being investigated, why is nobody investigating the actual outcry moment when Ashley said she got away? Why are they changing the story again?
Exactly.
They said that the neighbor called the police, but it was also stated earlier, and that came from Emmanuel Quinn's office, allegedly. I'm not going to hold him to it, but allegedly it came from Emmanuel Quinn's office that the next door neighbor that Ashley Parham went to was law enforcement. Now they're saying it was a shady cop and it might not have been the cop. Like they always do this. The only way Ashley's case ends up the way it ends up, gets thrown away and never makes it to court when it should have, when it happened 7 years ago, is because law enforcement was covering up the whole thing. That's the only way this happens. Why is nobody investigating that cop house?
Exactly.
Because see, in that situation, the police let Ashley down.
Exactly.
Police were called, but they showed up and they weren't interested. She ran to the next door neighbor's house. They said the next door neighbor called the cops, but it was already stated by one of the law firms that it was a law enforcement officer next door.
Exactly.
Why are none of these police officers' names involved in this case? Why have they not been brought up front?
Jag, so where I'm going with the whole conversation is, and I get your point, and this is a perfect segue, because when I ain't gonna say segue, what I'll say is this: we know it's bigger than just these names that they're trying to drag, and they done made up. They said I'm sorry, not keep you.
Why isn't Ashley? Somebody answer me this, baby. Why isn't Ashley suing those cops? Why isn't Ariel going after those cops?
So that's where I'm headed. They bringing up big homie CC. They're bringing up people that are really irrelevant to whatever's going on with Diddy, but they're not talking about the law enforcement agents that hindered Ashley's situation. So she's bringing you into this whole RICO thing, but she's not bringing in the sheriffs and the police officers who help botch and hide this situation. That's all that I'm saying. I'm like, My thing is, you can say what you want to say. If I were you, it would be as simple as putting that motion out.
I hear what you're saying, honey.
Let me finish. I'm not a part of this. Put it out there. I'm not. They know you're not a part of it. I'm not a part of this. Put that public record out there that you're not a part of it. But what they need to be doing is looking at these crooked ass cops and these people who are supposed to be helping the victim. That never happened. And that's all I gotta say. Because in all honesty, they are just pointing that your name is so. Ooh, whoa, Jaguar was there. No, Jaguar wasn't there. But they're not talking about the police who were not effective. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No. Not effective. Worked to cover it up. Not effective is I forgot to file the paperwork and I got the case number wrong. That's not effective.
Rico. Like you said, covering up. Rico, you're not a part of the Rico. These cops are. That's what I'm saying. Trust me. I'm under the impression that Puff knew people in certain law enforcement agencies and had all that happen. So it's this chick, whatever, make her look crazy, etc., etc. I told y'all, even Reggie Wright and his dad with the Compton PD, and then the thing with Biggie. Man, these people, that's the bigger Rico. That's all that I'm saying. Motherfuckers don't want to point them out though. They're gonna say
that's true.
You were a part of something. You were passing out money. You were there, but they're not talking about the bigger Rico. That's all that I'm saying. I would jump out and be like, this Rico is some bull. I'm not a part of it. This is proof I'm not a part of it. The bigger picture is these cops are dirty, and they've helped Diddy. Imagine how many cops that they can drag in to this whole Rico thing if you just said something like, yeah, you know what, I'm not a part of this, but the bigger scheme of things is everybody's trying to cover their ass right now. And that's all that I'm saying. But, I mean, you know.
Little fire everywhere.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Little fire everywhere. Trying to distract us.
And meanwhile, why has nobody sued any of these police houses or any of these officers who covered things up? Why is nobody suing the officers that covered up Cassie's beating?
Yep.
Why is nobody suing the cops? Because the cops let this happen. And this is what I've been telling people. Oh, well, Jag never did anything.
Allegedly, Jag, don't forget.
Okay, allegedly. But my point is, I've said it on several occasions. How in God's name do all of these things happen in broad daylight, out in the open, evidence all over social media, and no cop has been called into question? I'm sorry, in my opinion, I think there's at least 50 officers between New York, DC, Atlanta, Miami, and LA. There's at least 50 cops that should be on trial with Diddy. Why is nobody talking about law enforcement?
Exactly.
Jag, why is that?
Failed Americans.
Why is nobody talking about it? Huh? Why?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you. I just said your voice and your vocal is so powerful right now. If you came out and said what I suggested, you ain't got to talk about who you finna sue and not sue. Say, my name Bennett, I ain't in it. Here's proof. But check this out. Why is nobody looking at these cops who did X, Y, and Z? That's all that I'm saying. Yeah,
they are always using Jag as a little fire everywhere. That's what they use Jag with her. They
turned the greatest advocate into the greatest distraction.
Exactly.
Yes.
Flip it back on them. That's all I'm saying. All you do is flip it back on them, because the reality is it's a lot more deeper than you and Big Homie CC and Odell Beckham. That's psyop shit. You don't mention Odell Beckham Jr. Get out of here.
Number one, they didn't mention Odell Beckham. They mentioned somebody by Cornelius. I'm sorry.
Odell Beckham Jr. is in the case, is a defendant in the case. It's crazy.
I know, but they said he was named as Cornelius.
Exactly.
My thing is What celebrity runs around telling everybody their middle name unless they're trying to hide their identity? Clearly, he wasn't hiding her identity because he knew apparently, like, come on, man.
Jag,
And she
I said
didn't,
psyop.
and she didn't describe her essay by him.
But
And
not
she
only
said
that,
that there was 3 John Doe. And
but
now they're acting as if Odell, what a coincidence. Odell had something to
yeah,
do with it.
yeah.
Exactly, coincidence, magic. Like I said, psyop. That's what everybody really
Yep.
understand.
Yep.
They said
Psyop.
Odell Beckham because they can't say Odell, my man,
Exactly.
which only goes to prove that this was a temper tantrum.
Exactly.
And the question is, if this is an Ariel Mitchell kid temper tantrum,
Mm-hmm.
who made her mad? Or who's mad that she's trying to silently defend? Because making a dummy rookie move like this, when the truth is, she should have called up the Jigga Man and asked him, was that the right date? Because he's the one that paid my ex-husband to have me caught up in that case and in jail. Like, he's literally my alibi.
Well,
Exactly.
that's why on my channel, and I know you're saying what you're saying, Jag, and I respect your opinion, but I don't think Ario is working with Jay-Z directly like that, because she'd be too stupid to not have said, let me check my records.
Honey,
that would just be stupid.
honey, you want to know what I love about you? You really want to believe that everybody is as intelligent as you are. You really do.
No,
Exactly.
I don't. All I'm
You
saying
really
is
do.
you just,
No. You're not listening. You're not listening. There's two women
Let
talking.
her land, Odell. Let her
I'm gonna let her
land.
land. All right.
It's very simple. You're saying that you think she's intelligent. The Jigga Man don't like smart women. He likes women that he can control. She's just his type. She reminds me so much of Dream Hampton. Like, ain't nobody taking into consideration that these are the kind of dummy moves that a woman in love or in lust will make to please her man. I'ma get it for you, baby. Exactly what I said.
Exactly.
I'ma get it for you, baby. She probably did it as a surprise, thinking she was gonna make him happy. You ain't getting no dick this weekend, bitch. I promise you that. You ain't getting no more dick after this.
Absolutely not.
He like them dumb. He likes dumb girls that think they're smart. It helps him manipulate them easier. That's why he has such
Especially
big
since he's
problems with
not
me.
that smart. He's not that smart. He needs to be smarter than the other person in the room.
Absolutely. He has to be the smartest guy. He has to be to this. He has to be to that. It's sad when people really, really, really start buying into illusions and
Yep.
delusions. Because if you believe in it enough, you can get other people to believe in it too.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how crazy it sounds.
Exactly.
I love my babe. I do. He really wants to believe the best in everybody, but he has a hard time just accepting the fact that degenerates are degenerates.
Exactly.
And
But
he has
you
a, I'm
always
sorry, he has a slight,
you go too fast. You don't let people get to your same level, and then you look like a conspirationist. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, but the thing is
Mm-hmm.
if I don't move like I move,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to lose time.
I know.
See, everything that I've done, starting with Pierce Morgan,
Yeah.
was to jumpstart things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a provocateur. That's what I specialize in. I provoke people.
Mm.
See, this isn't about what people are getting me to defend. This is about what I can make them do. No different than Kanye.
Yeah.
Me and Kanye have that in common. You know, we are both agent provocateurs.
Yes, you are, but he is more like. Mm,
Well, I mean, he's MK Ultra'd out, and you know he was living with them Dashians who God knows what kind of stuff they put on him.
yeah.
God only knows.
Mm-hmm. But like, yeah,
But what I
he's
do know
not
is
like
he's
you.
concerned.
He's not like you.
Well,
He's
no, I
close
mean,
to you, but he's not like you.
no. Well, this is the thing. Me and Odell are, I think, we're perfect. We're a
Mm-hmm,
perfect
mm-hmm.
coin. We're a perfect
Yes,
coin.
yes.
But I'm a heads up kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Odell's the kind of person that bets on tails. No pun intended. No Diddy no Diddy implied. But you know what I love about him is that he always wants to believe that people are operating from an integral or some kind of integral place. And the truth is, he really don't understand. I mean, he knows that crappy people are out there, but until you show him how crappy you are, he's giving everybody a chance.
Yeah.
Oh, Auntie Leah,
Mm-hmm.
we don't talk to the British trumpet.
Mm.
Bye, Messi. Bye, Messi.
Those people are
But you came
so
over here so
desperate.
you could listen to what I'm saying, so you could
Yeah.
go over there and start lying immediately.
Yep.
No, you don't get to talk in my chat and say, see, this is where I was in Jaguar's chat, and Jaguar said this, and listen, and let's listen to these 10 seconds so I can prove to you that she didn't say what she actually said. Like, go on. Go on. Get on up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And take your bedpan and your oxygen hose, and you know what you can do with it, Messy. Now, oh yeah, she went through all kinds of stuff. Actually, she was Messy. You know, let me bring this up because I'm actually glad she showed up because it really ties into this conversation. When Messy first came to YouTube as a British YouTuber, she was actually pro Jaguar Right.
Of course she was.
And guess what happened? She got ran down on by the robot,
Oh.
and the robot struck her channel down, took her monetization away, and she put the strikes in the name of my second ex-husband's mistress that he tried to
Oh my.
publicly shame me with on YouTube. Yeah. I went to Messy and I said, what she did was illegal. She did it in a false name. All you have to do is email me those and I will handle up.
Yeah.
And you can get your channel back. Or I'll help you rebuild a new one. Well, she decided that there was too many of them and not enough of me. Danny made her an offer. And the offer was if she decided to do negative content on me, she would give her channels back. Kind of like, remember how she told you?
Mm-hmm. She
See,
wanted
she
to play
does the
those
same.
little games with me.
Yeah, she tried it with you, but she couldn't get it. She couldn't get nowhere with you. She conquered
Yeah.
Messy, though. She conquered Messy.
Mm.
And Messy's been doing negative commentary on me the entire time. Then they tried to get her out of the algorithm.
What the
So
fuck?
I let a couple of those fights that I pushed with TJ. I let them
Mm-hmm.
go on her channel. And she used that stuff for content for 3 months. Do you know that?
3 months.
3 months. She used 2 arguments with me and that bondholder, that weirdo, as content.
For 3 months.
For 3
Wow.
months. Got herself about a good 50K views off of it. With the support of the troll farm, of course.
Of course.
Hmm. Yeah. It's sad how easy it is to turn these YouTubers, isn't it?
Yep, especially when they're so easy to turn. Jesus Christ.
Well, they're in it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
They're in it for the money. That's what it's all about. It's all about the moolah.
Always, always.
So I want to thank you for stopping by so I could ban you to just give another instance of how effective the troll farm is at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the robot was doing, running around, taking down anybody's channel who was doing positive commentary on me, and then telling people she would only give their channel back if they agreed to link up with her and destroy me. She's been doing that for over 2 years.
What an idiot.
That's what the robot has been doing. She's been running around holding people's channels hostage to force them to say what she wants them to say about me.
But that is because allegedly YouTube is giving her a lot of leeway.
Way too much leeway.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you ask me, that sounds like a terrorist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like literally, the number of strikes I had to fight that woman for, I won every single one of them, obviously.
Yeah.
But like now, she has been trying, allegedly, to demonetize at least 6 of my video consecutively. None of them work because I am me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will argue.
You are a great debater, and I love it.
Exactly. I'm like, you're not gonna take my channel, take my money because you have an advantage of me on me. I'm used to that. I will send
that's the thing.
50
That's the thing,
emails.
man. You're smart. You're smart.
Mm-hmm.
And you're educated. And that's why they hate you.
Yeah.
Because they can't run those games on you.
No.
But I want y'all to think about all of the content creators they have ran these games on, where it has worked. And all it's done is created more and more opportunity to have people calling me a liar, to try to trick America into believing that I'm not a decent person.
Exactly. Because like I said, she tried to demonetize 7 of my video, and she tried to give me 2 strikes. Didn't work in any of those situations. Like she had 0 out of so many attempts.
Which is why she hates you. Because you're not easy.
Well, fuck you, bitch. So, with love, I'm sorry.
You're not easy. Meanwhile, shout out to Murad Morelli. Did you see Murad's coverage?
Yes.
And that's why, like, content creators like Murad, shout out, and let's not forget our MVP, who came over from TikTok and has been fighting her fights and her battles and keeping the truth going here in the J Truth algorithm, Kadisha Lynn.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad I finally got her name right, because she probably didn't know I was shouting her out. Because I called her Katie Shaylin. I have been shouting her out for months. I was calling her Katie Shaylin. And I said, I don't know who this Katie Shaylin is, but I love it. I love it. And I, Kadisha.
Exactly. She is awesome.
You want to know what's sad though? And this is just a little American for you.
Yeah.
Because of her complexion and because of her voice, it never registered to me that she was Kadisha Lynn. Because of her complexion, because of her voice, My mind interprets that as Katie Shay Lynn, right?
Mm.
Because she's
Yeah,
looks like she's
exactly.
Caucasian. She has a
Exactly.
very, very, very. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly,
As an
exactly.
American, I didn't even. I couldn't even allow myself to just acknowledge the fact that her name is Kadisha. My cousin's name is Kadisha.
Mm.
See?
Listen. It happens to everyone. Like we all have our, stereotype in our head.
No, but I brought that up because I saw how
Mm.
emotional Golden got when I looked at some of the replay. And I wasn't trying to make her cry. I wasn't trying to do that. I was not trying to hurt her feelings. What I did
Mm.
want to do is touch the core of her heart and get her to realize how desensitized we all are.
Exactly.
And
I
that's why I'm bringing up the
you
Katie Shaylin thing.
you didn't make her cry. You made her realize something about herself, and that touched her.
Well, good, as long as it wasn't a negative thing, because all I
No, no,
wanted,
no, 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 no.
I just wanted to create a little access for her and her humanity. And I really
Mm-hmm.
think that all of us need to work on that. And as a community,
Exactly.
I think I want to
Exactly.
take one day out of the month
Mm-hmm.
where we just sit down and do a panel and we
Mm-hmm.
talk about, you know, our indifferences and why they're
Mm-hmm.
indifferences and talk about our perceptions. And now with that
Mm-hmm.
we have an international family, we now
Yes.
have other cultural things that Americans don't acknowledge. And you said, I don't know if it was you, I believe it was you. You said something the other day. Americans think that the only country that exists is America,
Yes.
and that the only culture that exists is America.
Yes.
And that's not true.
It's
Don't get
not.
me wrong, America's big, but it's not the world. There are thousands of countries, thousands of cultures, thousands of languages. You
Yes.
know, but that goes to show you how narcissistic America is.
Yes.
America is extremely narcissistic because this is the only place in the world where people think that the only thing that's real is what happens here.
Yes.
Not
I'm
true.
sorry, but yes.
And yes, Maddie, 2 week is
Oh
very
yeah,
two trolls.
two little girls.
No, but seriously, like I was thinking about that, and I was thinking,
Mm.
just because sometimes I think about just other conversations that we need to create as a community to keep us
Exactly.
all aware. And what we need
Mhm.
to become aware of is that this world is becoming much smaller, and there's a
Mhm.
lot more people in it, and it would do
Mhm.
us good to learn each other and
Yep.
expand our horizons. Best thing my dad ever did was ship me off to London. Best thing
Mhm.
my dad ever did. I was so North Philly. I was so hood. I was so ready.
Mhm.
Man, I was ready. I was about that life.
Mhm.
And I'll never forget pulling up in London,
Mhm.
flying into a Heathrow, and then, getting in the buggy taxis that they
Mhm.
had,
Mhm.
and, you know, taking that long ride to Battersea. And
Yeah.
um I'll never forget the first time I went to Piccadilly Circus, and I was dressed like a straight Philly girl. I had my African medallion on, my red, black, and green. I had,
Mhm.
my black and red K Swiss, and I used to wear, I would always buy back then, the style BBD, Belle Biv DeVoe
Yeah.
from New Edition. They started the trend, two different shoe colors. So I would buy
Mm.
two pairs of sneakers, and then I would wear one color on one foot and one color on the other.
Aw.
And that was, and there I am in my overalls with one shoulder off, in my, my black and red K Swiss with my, and I'm
Mhm.
representing, right? I'm
Yeah.
representing, right? Like I am so representing.
Mhm.
But I'm looking around at everyone else. And I'm looking at all of the colors, and I'm looking at the Africans and what they were wearing, and the Indians and what they were wearing, and what the Muslims wore, and how the different, like, it was just so much. It was culture bombardment. And I was hooked. But you
Mhm.
know what? You want to know when I realized that there was something wrong with America? It was in London. We were down in South Camden lot at the open air marts, which was only about 4 blocks away from the Jazz Cafe, which I walked past as a teenager and said, oh man, I would love to sing in there one day. And now I can say at almost 48 years old, I've done over 50 concerts in that room and they were all sold out and amazing.
Oh,
Isn't that
nice.
wild?
Yes.
Imagine that, being a teenager saying, I want to sing there one day. And then you do.
Doing
And
it.
you were a hit and killing
Yeah.
it and great.
Yeah.
So, like, I have those kinds of memories in my life. But I'll
Yeah.
never forget, we were walking down the street and I was with my brother and his wife. And we were shopping, and it was just a normal shopping day on a Saturday. And it was,
Mhm.
London. It was summer. It was lovely. It was nice. I mean, there was still a lot of smog in the streets back then. You could stand on a
Mm.
London street corner back then and catch emphysema instantly.
Oh my God.
That's how bad the smog was in London back in the early 90s. And
Mhm.
so there was this couple, and I mean, they were all over each other. Hot, heavy, in love, big mouth kisses. I saw a
Mhm.
tongue. They were all over each other, and they were just madly in love. And I couldn't
Mhm.
stop staring at them.
Mhm.
Not because of the love that I saw,
Yeah.
but because of their color.
Huh.
She was milk white, and he was black as tar.
Mhm.
Now, clearly, she was Scandinavian, and clearly, he was Nigerian. But
Yeah.
as an American, I saw this very, very, very black man and this very, very, very white woman making out in public, and I couldn't stop staring because I couldn't believe it was happening.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it was happening. And more importantly, I'm looking around and I'm like, nobody else sees this going on. Don't forget, I was raised in America. Because, see, in America in 1990,
Mhm.
1991,
Mhm.
you would have been judged. You would have been scorned. You would have been mocked. You would have been ostracized. That man would be like a
Mhm.
traitor to his race
Mhm.
or a total sellout.
Mhm.
And that white woman, she just want to put him in a bad situation to take another black man down. That's what that looked like in America in 1990, 1991.
They're still going with that narrative.
Hop across the pond
Yeah.
in London,
Mhm.
and I'm watching, when I think of them now, a remarkably gorgeous couple.
Mhm.
And clearly, whatever they had going on, it was so cold, they couldn't keep their hands off of each other.
Exactly.
Now, as a human being, if I was only looking through my human eyes, all I would have seen was this very, very, very amazing, loving couple. But as an American, I saw a racial issue. I
Mm.
saw a betrayal. I saw a setup. Look through my human eyes, I see love. Look through my American eyes, I see
Mhm.
horror and outrage. Isn't that weird? And
This is America.
I was having that moment as a teenager from North Philly out, about that street life. But I had to have that moment with myself. I'm the only
Mhm.
idiot staring. I'm the only idiot that thinks there's something wrong with this. And after I came home from London, my friends were no longer just black. I
Mhm.
had an Indian girlfriend. I had a Mexican girlfriend. I had a couple great white girlfriends. I had some Nigerian friends. I had some Ethiopian friends. Like when I got home from London, my worldview had changed. I no longer just wanted to hang around the same people in the same neighborhood and talk the
Mhm.
same talk. I no longer just wanted to go to McDonald's or just go to the corner store. No, I wanted to go to New Delhi, the Indian restaurant, because they had the best buffet in town down University City, and it was affordable. like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? There was
Yeah.
time when I left to go to London, I used to crave chicken nuggets. When I came home from London, I was craving falafel. Like
Oh. Yeah.
it was
Understand.
it totally opened up my worldview.
Exactly.
And my life was never the same after that. And my life
Mhm.
became so much fuller and so much richer. And then it got to the point where, like, when I first started being ostracized in the United States because
Mhm.
I wasn't down with the Shluminati anymore, I spent more time working overseas. And because of my world
Mhm.
travels and my life, I've been booking. I was world touring from the second that my album came out. Um, so I just toured
Wow.
overseas, and I would do a couple of, random, choice sparse shows in the United States. But I was
Yeah.
primarily touring overseas. I was living between London, North Africa, and Tokyo, and gigging
Wow.
at every major spot in between. And then I would catch, a gig here or a jazz gig here or with this ensemble or that ensemble. I'd be down in South America. So for me, when everyone says, "Oh, she didn't have no career. She came out. She was a one-hit wonder. And she was this. And she was that." That's not true. I just wasn't working in America. See,
And for
my career.
American, the only market that matters is them. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? I had a very full career. I've had actually I played much bigger venues overseas than they let me play here in the US. Um
Mhm.
I was always more of a bigger international star than I was an American star. But America doesn't think that that means anything. See, that means nothing.
Exactly.
I was so grateful when Chris Brown's Sensational hit the top charts in South Africa because I knew the rest
Mm.
of the world was going to get that song. If
Exactly.
Sensational had only been released in the United States only, it would have never made it above 50 on the charts. The only reason Chris Brown is able to chart over, in the top 20 now is because of his international success. His
Mm.
fans overseas adore him and love him. Oh my God, a Chris Brown show overs. I would rather see a Chris Brown show in Cape Town than in New York.
Mm.
And when I tell you, yes, y'all make sure y'all get over there to Kadisha Lynn, formerly known as Katie Shaylin by the Jaguar. Please get over there because she is killing it. And that's our sister. And
Yeah.
that's our fellow mod, me and Auntie Leah. Because now, Kadisha, Kadisha has a wrench on ticket as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, we're all mod sisters. Not sister wives, but mod sisters. And, but I just think about that. Like, how many people are being ignored because America decides to ignore them? And that mindlessness, that single, all that exists is this thing,
Mhm.
is, in my opinion, what makes it so easy for people to buy into the fake news.
That's true.
Am I reaching on that, or what do
I
you
don't
think,
think so.
Maggie?
Unfortunately, America, because they only think that what America says matters, they don't realize that there are more people all over the world that don't think the same way as them. So if they don't see it, then it doesn't exist.
But that's a problem because that would suggest that America operates under a hive mind.
Yes.
That's scary for an entire nation
Yeah.
to be in a hive mindset,
Yep.
because that means nobody's thinking for themselves anymore. Nobody. Which means we can all be tricked and fooled into doing or believing anything.
Exactly.
So yeah, I really want to open up the door just to talk about different world cultural issues and things like that. Like, I think we really need to start having those conversations, because I think that will make it palpable for people to be able to start engaging in looking at, hey, maybe that's what's wrong. Maybe that's why we're missing so much,
Mm-hmm.
because we're not seeing it for ourselves. And so when I go back to, once again, this, it loops all in. All of these YouTubers working together to convince the world that I'm a bad, terrible, evil, lying person. And it's
Yep.
gotten so thick to the point where you got lawyers clout chasing my name.
Oh my God. Yes.
Like, this is bad.
Yep.
This is bad.
It's really bad.
Because that means they can sell us all a bridge in Brooklyn for
Yep.
$1 and we'll buy it. That's what that means.
That's what that means.
So how much crap has America been buying? I tell you one thing. Most amazing thing my father ever did for me was to get me out of here so I could meet the real world. And all of my years touring, I'm going to tell you something right now.
Mm.
I always hated coming home.
Oh.
I wanted to come home because of my family,
Yeah.
my friends, and, favorite places and things like that. But the truth is, the older I get, there's less and less about America that I enjoy anymore. I long to go back overseas.
Yeah, I understand.
It's just gotten to the point now where it's like you're convincing yourself that your sandwich tastes good, even though you know you're eating stale bread.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I understand.
It's like, I don't care how delicious the Dijonnaise is, I don't care how lovely the lettuce is. I don't care how crisp the onion is. I don't care how tasty the corned beef is.
Yeah.
If the bread is stale, the sandwich is off.
Exactly.
America needs fresh bread.
Yes.
Or
I'm
has
sorry.
Oprah eaten it all?
Yeah.
You know how Oprah loves bread. Is that is that the problem? Is that why we keep eating stale sandwiches? Because Oprah ate all the bread?
Maybe.
Make it rain, make it rain.
Make it rain. Exactly.
Oh, honey,
This is good.
they can't stop. They can't stop parroting you with your
I
make it rain,
know.
make it rain.
It's so weird. I'm like, okay, yes, I say make it rain, make it rain. Get over it.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's get to the make it rain. I'm so far behind. We've been sitting over here just chit-chatting.
Which was awesome, of course.
Oh, well, thank you, Uncle Mike. Thank you for the
Oh, Uncle
$50
Mike.
super chat. Poor Jaguar, keep your head up, girl.
I think it's Uncle Mike got your back on the.
I was going to say, Uncle Mike, why do I want to be under you?
Yo,
Odell,
I
Odell,
know.
Odell.
Hey, Odell.
Yeah, no. Uncle Mike, he's here. Oh my God. No, man, it's just we got a lot of growing. America and that's another thing that I think a lot of people don't take into consideration. How the reason why America is so immature is because we're such a young country.
Mm.
Like that was the other thing that I noticed when I was working. Like, man, walking through the streets of Berlin, Germany, or you know, Amsterdam and Holland, or, you know, Copenhagen and Denmark. Like when you walk through those old places, or
Mhm.
even, you know, just hanging out at the souk in Morocco and Tangiers, or in Marrakesh, or Agadir, you know, it's like you feel the maturity of the people. Like people just know
Mhm.
how to people there better. Like
Yeah.
in Denmark, you'll have all of these people walking down the street, and it's tight. And the bike lane is tight, and you better be careful if you're a pedestrian. Don't you step into that bike lane, because the bike lane is the bike lane and they will run you over. No, no, listen to me. I seen a whole chick get cold ran down. We was coming from lunch on our way back to the venue to do
Mhm.
sound check and get ready for the concert that night at the concert hall.
Mm.
And this woman was on a cell phone, right?
Okay.
And she wasn't paying attention. And she was
Mhm.
about to cross the street, but she wasn't crossing at the pedestrian crossing area to cross over the bike lane. She thought she was just going to step into the bike lane and skip over to the crosswalk area. She's trying to cut it, you know. She's trying to make a beeline. I
Oh
guess she didn't want
wow.
to walk like all the way down to the thing. It was only another 15 steps. But she took her
Mm.
chance. And man, Maggie, I'm telling you, when she stepped into that bike lane and those three bikers came, she got ping pong, bing, 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 and she was just down.
What?
She was just down. I said, Lord, are you alive, man?
What the fuck?
And she was just laying there. And she still had the phone in her hand. And she was laying there, and her friend, you could hear her friend talking, talking,
Mhm.
Dutch. And I don't speak very good Dutch, but I did hear her say, "Are you alive?"
Oh my god.
And her friend said all she could say, "Danke, danke, danke." Like she was like shell shocked.
Oh my god. Oh.
Never step into the bike lane in Europe. Never step into the bike lane. But I say all that to say, society is very well choreographed. Like in the United States, you have to put up signs that say "Don't loiter." You really don't have to do that overseas. Everybody knows, mind the queue. Just
Mhm.
mind the queue. Like it's understood. Like as an American, me jumping ahead of the line, and this little German man said, "Mind the queue, mind the queue," and everyone in society holds each other responsible
Mhm.
for how society operates. There are rules, there are courtesies, but these people have been countries for over 1,000 years, some of them thousands of years.
Yep.
America's been here for less than 500. Compared to
Mm,
the
that's
rest of the
true.
world, we're like fifth graders.
Mm.
Like in the civilization game,
Mhm.
Americans, we're like fifth graders. Like Tokyo and India, they're getting
Mhm.
their doctorates. Russia and
Mhm.
Europe, they definitely had their masters.
Mhm.
Africa has their laureates, and they're the ones who pass out all of these degrees because civilization first happened on the main continent, which of course is Africa.
Mhm.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And even
Mhm.
Canada is older than us as a country.
Yes.
Like, a lot of people don't realize that. We might be on the same continent, the North American continent, but Canada is older than the United States.
Huh.
So for us to be as young as we are in the
Yeah.
civilization game,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I said, like, America, we're like fifth graders
Hmm.
in the world civilization and mastering society game. We're like fifth graders. And the truth is, we act like it. All of this big pomp and circumstance over sex, and it's just a normal part of life. Why does everything needs to be so sensationalized? I mean, I'll never forget when I went to the Sex Museum in Amsterdam. There's a whole museum dedicated to human copulation. The
It's
first corn.
it's yes. What is so deep about it?
It's not deep at all. For crying out loud. You can watch the infomercials on Italian television at night and think that you was on Pornhub.
Hmm.
Like, it's not that big a deal. But it's a big deal here. You know what I mean? It's like the little
Yes.
kid that sees the mommy's boobie slip out. Oh my God, look at that titty. And but an
Yes.
adult saying, stop making a big deal about that. She's breastfeeding her child. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the rest of the world and
Yes.
America. Oh,
Absolutely. It's like it's not that deep.
boobies,
My God.
booty. Hey. And Europe is like, that's so gauche. That's so
Yes.
quaint. Très bizarre. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, I just really think America has to grow up,
Yep.
because if we were a mature society, a lot of this crap that's going on wouldn't even be happening.
Hmm.
We're not a mature society, and that's what's real. We over sensationalize things, like the simple fact that the race situation is still a situation, and it's still situationing. Like,
Oh
after
my
all of
God.
these years. Like, I just sat here and told you how I
Mm-hmm.
was almost like mind screwed by watching a Nigerian man and a Scandinavian woman making out,
Mm-hmm.
happy and in love, because of my American eyes.
Mm.
Right?
Exactly.
So now that doesn't look the same to me. All I
Mm-hmm.
see is two people in love now. But as an
Exactly.
American, see. And that was back in the 90s, and it's still going on now. The simple fact that, like, your entry into your new YouTube career began with the racism thing almost instantly.
Yep.
And the only reason that happened was because the Jaguar Wright brand and the Atwood brand intersected over this story.
Exactly.
Isn't it funny how things just keep looping all the way around?
I just think people need to think more.
Yeah. But see, grown people, adults think,
Mm-hmm.
children don't. The human brain isn't fully formed until you're 25.
That is true.
So why are we allowed to drink here at 21?
Well,
Why
we
are
are
we
allowed to
saying,
drink at 18 at in Canada.
no, 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 you can drink at 14 in France?
Yep.
But see, once again, these are cultivated societies.
Nah, people are people. People suck everywhere in the
Oh,
world.
people do suck everywhere in the world, but the sucking in America is a little bit different. It's a little special.
Exactly. But I'm like, nah, everyone suck. Everyone.
Everyone does suck. I
Exactly.
agree. The world sucks. But America's suck is a little different,
Mhm.
because we keep worrying about stupid stuff.
Mm.
Every country has its own forms of bigotry or
Mhm.
separatism. The Muslims in France, in Paris, go through hell.
Yeah. And it's just everywhere in the world there is their issue.
Yeah.
And
And
everywhere in
nobody's
the
issue.
world, human stays human. Human are all the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Hmm. We just don't
So,
worry about the same thing.
well, see, that's the problem in America. We
Hmm.
don't worry about anything that matters.
Hmm.
Color of skin doesn't matter. It doesn't. That the idea of discriminating against someone based on a color that they weren't able to choose being born as is insane.
Everyone is racist everywhere.
No, but can you
France is
imagine if a
super
puppy
racist.
comes out the litter? If a puppy comes out the litter
Hmm.
and instantly everyone around it is pissed off that it's black? Like you get a litter, you get different. The dogs is different colors.
Yeah, but everyone is racist. Like if we go to if I go to France, like the people that I know because I have family in France, like yeah, no, they are nicer to celebrity. That's the thing with France. If you are a celebrity, even if you're black, you'll be treated really, really
Oh,
nicely.
very well. Honey, why do
Exactly.
you why do you think Nigerian soccer players love living in Paris?
Exactly. But if you are just a normal person, a normal citizen, racism.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, the French? And that's what I love about them. They're assholes and they know it and they're honest about it. Like that's what I like.
Hmm.
Like I don't have a problem with you being whatever you're being as long as you're honest about what you're being.
Yep.
Just be honest about what you're being. You're a
Exactly.
jerk. Just be a jerk. Just be honest about it. Don't tell me you're a nice guy and then you're a jerk. And then I say, hey, you're being a jerk. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm really a nice person. And then you say, okay, well, you're a nice person. That was an accident. And they turn around, they're a jerk to you 5 minutes later.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Well, Maggie, are you going live today?
Yes, I'm going live in 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, that gives me enough time to get in the tub,
Yay.
get my bath time on, and get ready for mornings with Maggie.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go and get breakfast and take Loki out before she eats me, my love.
Well, I already know that
Mhm.
you gonna be taking your deep dives. But I'm glad you showed up with me this
Yeah,
morning just to have this chat with me. I like to have
yeah,
somebody else to bounce, conversation off with because sometimes
yeah,
I do move really fast. And
mhm,
sometimes even though I might lay out where the dots connect, I have to
yeah,
realize as well, and I'm learning that by listening to you, that we have to make it teachable moments.
yes,
And so that's why I'm glad Teacher Maggie,
yes.
Mistress Madge.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when you turn into a dominatrix and you start teaching people. I'm telling you, when you get into your intellectual domination, I love it.
Mm,
All we
love,
need to do,
but
get you a
what
whip.
I have to say is that when you are a genius like you, like I said, I've dealt with geniuses. I'm like, no, 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 no. Take people's hand. You need to take their hand, okay?
And no, but that's why I appreciate Odell. I appreciate
Yeah.
you. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate Ayasha. I so
Yes.
appreciate Grace. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the people in my life that keep
Mm-hmm.
me real.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, those geniuses type, they're like, and my brain has already finished the equation and everyone is still at point one. And I'm just like, take your
I know.
time.
But see, that's the thing. And I'm still learning how to do that. I'm learning
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because the truth is, people have always like, you're always cutting me off. I was like, because I'm just waiting for you to get to the end. That's where I'm at.
Exactly. I already know. And I'm like,
I'm at the
yes, yes,
end.
yes, I know, I know. Like I said, I've met the genius. I'm like, oh my god. You recognize one after like 1 or 2 days with them.
I used to have a saying that
Mm-hmm.
PJ used to always
Mm-hmm.
repeat.
Mm.
And I used to tell the trolls, I'm so far ahead of you, you don't realize it's me tapping you on your shoulder behind you.
Yes.
And when I would say, when I said that, TJ would be like, oh my God, yeah, that's Jag. And, blah, blah, blah. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
y'all
Mm-hmm.
don't know Jag because Jag would always say, she would always mess it up. But
Oh my
that's
God.
how I operate.
I know.
You know what I mean? I'm gone.
I
I'm gone
know.
before the gun is off. I'm
Exactly.
gone. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
there. And then I'm just sitting there waiting
Mm-hmm.
for the next event, waiting for the long jump, waiting for the hurdles.
I know. And I'm like, no, genius. 1 point at a time. 1, 2 step.
But see, that's the thing though, Madge. That's
Mm-hmm.
why
Mm-hmm.
you being here has truly been like one of the greatest gifts God has given me during my YouTube journey. I've prayed
Mm-hmm.
to be able to collaborate with a content creator like you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jack.
Odell asked for it. He said the mods that we have aren't modding. What's going on? We need people that are proactive. We need people that are gonna get to the information, that's gonna help with the research. I can't do it all by myself. I'm doing all of this stuff, and ain't nobody doing nothing but sitting in the chat, arguing, talking about gossip.
Yep. 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 Yep.
And
Yep.
you know what? He was absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the end of the troll mods. And of course they're angry
Mm-hmm.
with him. Um and like a lot of people need to understand that a lot of the aggression that's coming at you, that's getting thrown at you,
Mm-hmm.
is because you're disrupting the ecosystem.
Oh, poor babies.
You're totally and I'm glad that you're here because honestly, when you're dealing with this level of idiocracy and just lack of integrity and all of the lies and constantly bombarded,
Exactly.
and they just keep going, keep going, keep going. After a while, you get frustrated and you get tired because it doesn't matter how many times I've gotten them. It doesn't matter how many times I've exposed them. They all just get to lie or pretend like it never happened.
Yes.
And then Danny comes and deletes the channel, and then they screen recorded all of your stuff, and they only use it when they want to do disinformation against you. But meanwhile,
Mm.
they've gotten rid of all of your evidence. It's
Yeah.
so you being here and you
Mm-hmm.
having this experience on your own is amazing for me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I can't wait for you and Charisma to have another conversation.
Yes. 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 Now she's
Especially
busy.
now. Well, I mean, everybody's a little busy, but
Exactly.
I just can't wait because I enjoyed that
Mhm.
first conversation. Like for me, hearing the ghost of YouTube past and the ghost of YouTube future with me, the ghost of YouTube present, and just listening, and I'm like, wow, it's been so much,
Mhm.
but it really is a joy. It's a joy,
Yes.
and so I want to thank you for all of your hard work and
Mhm.
keep up the good work while they keep up the bad work because
Thank you. And I'm just happy to be there with you because you deserve to have an actual team.
well, we're doing that. We're getting that.
Exactly. Mhm.
I signed my contract with my management. I'm a push
Exactly.
management artist now.
Exactly.
And now I have push management legal to represent the things that disturb me and in my professional life. Like things are coming together.
Exactly.
But in God's time, I've learned
Mhm.
that everything happens in God's time. And I pray that when we're celebrating your 50K celebration for your channel,
Oh, thank you.
oh no, it's coming. I know it's coming because you're hot. And everybody keeps forgetting that the trial is only like what, 6 weeks away?
Yes, it is.
Is everyone forgetting about the trial?
Oof, that trial's gonna be crazy.
I know. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could be there?
That would be awesome.
How would you like to go as a cruelty-free artistry correspondent?
I would love to.
New York isn't that far. It's about what, maybe 5-hour plane ride for you?
New York? Nah, it's like 2 hours.
Oh, so you're at, okay, because I'm thinking Quebec. Oh, well then that's perfect then.
Hmm.
What do
Oh
you
my
think,
God.
Madge?
That would be awesome.
You know Murad's gonna be there.
Oh my God. Yes.
I mean, how do you feel about that? Really?
No, I really want to do it. I really, really, really want to do it if it's possible.
Honey,
Mm-hmm.
honey,
Mm-hmm.
are you busy? What do you think about sending Maggie? We'll discuss it offline.
Exactly.
You know, I'd rather ask for forgiveness and permission.
But Odell is going live at 11:15 today. Can you ask him how long the live is gonna be? I'm gonna push my live.
Oh, she wants to know, it's a pre-record. So what we're going to do is we're going to share it because it's not going to be a live. It's a pre-record. It's an upload. So anyone can go and we'll share it. But we're going to see you live. We're going to be
Okay,
there.
perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay.
And you
Thank
go
you
live.
so much.
We need you to go live. But I don't know. I got a feeling. I just got a feeling about that. Cruelty-free artistry
Yes.
correspondent Maggie live at the Diddy trial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
That would be
know.
good. Like I said, I'm excited, but for me, it's all one day at a time and seeing what's going on. But
I
yes.
know, but honestly, if I'm going to book tickets for you,
Mm-hmm.
it would be best for me to do it at least a month out.
Mm-hmm. So you got to talk to Mr. Odell first.
I'm going to talk to the boss. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
talk to the boss and we going to figure
Mm-hmm.
that. But no, I think that would be amazing. What do you think?
I think it would be amazing. Talk to the boss.
I'll talk to the boss. So, all that being concerned, if you guys would like to see Cruelty-Free Artistry send Maggie the Black Owl to get a little in-person no Diddy commentary going live from the Maggie channel
Mm-hmm.
with special highlights on the Jaguar Riot effect, I don't know. Y'all gotta let us know what y'all think about that.
Mm-hmm. Talk to the boss, Jag.
I'm gonna talk to the listen. I'm gonna do more than talk to the boss, girl. You know what I mean? Sometimes a woman just gotta do what she gotta do. You know, I might have to bust something open, but I don't know. But I'm gonna get it done.
Exactly.
I
Oh
love
my
being
God.
me. All right, guys, we're out of here. And on that note,
bye, everyone.
yeah, and don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. And research your lawyer.
Always.
Research your lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, we about to get up out of here. Don't forget, everybody, please make sure you are subscribed just in case trolls show up and we have to turn on subscriber only mode so that you can operate in the blackout chat. I am saying that now as a moderator for the blackout chat. Please, everyone, be subscribed if you want to be able to participate from the very beginning of the show, because the second I see a troll, we going on subscriber only mode. Is that okay, Madge?
Absolutely.
They gonna subscribe.
I know they are.
All right. And we out of here. Peace.